Hello. So we're welcome to the closing session. Right now there's not that many people around, but who knows, maybe some more will join in. I'm sorry about the time issue. I had changed the timing on the program page on the retreat on the website, but not on the program page with the links, with the access links. So I decided to go with the later time. And well, here we are. You know, astrologically, it's a time of great upsets. It's just the way the planets are aligned right now. So that's happening everywhere. It happened locally in the Quebec elections, national elections. And it happened with this retreat. I mean, I had 4 conversations with 4 speakers on the program, and somehow just 2 of them materialized in the end. So that's how it goes. But still, as we are here, let's start with some meditation, about 10 minutes, and then we can see what's there to be shared, what's there to be said. But to start with, let's just find that kingdom of heaven within. Connect back with being and become still. So I invite you to close your eyes. To again arrive where you're at, sitting or lying, whatever it is, whatever position you're in, and to notice the physical sensations that come with that position, with sitting. Notice the state of your energy, the state of the nervous system. Notice the state of your emotions. And notice the state of your mind. All this, whatever it is you're noticing, comes and goes. It's impermanent. And as you notice the impermanence of it, you can also connect with what is always here. Open, still awareness. And you can rest in that for the next 10 minutes. And if you get pulled out of that resting place, that kingdom of heaven within, you can always bring yourself back to it by noticing that which notices the changes, the thought that has come, the sensation that is there. Resting deeply. Finding peace. And slowly, when you're ready, coming back to this shared space, this shared reality. And as I come out of this meditation, and I just come back to the sense of mystery that I started off with this morning. How is it? What a mystery it is that here we are, all expressions of that one beingness, that one life, able to recognize that we are. And also clearly separate beings in separate bodies. Both are true. Both have their space, their place in our reality. Buddhists term that the absolute and the relative realm of existence. Whatever names you give it, give those two modes. It's a mystery how they're connected and how they're playing out in our lives and between ourselves also. Like what brings us together in this retreat, and what calls us, what brings us out in this way, what makes us want to connect, participate. So, for me, it's funny, I don't have a sense of, in a way, yes, the question is obviously very easily answered. If Jesus were alive today, would he be a non-dual teacher? Well, there's actually two ways of answering. One is, like Gina answered, he is alive today. And what he's teaching is that one reality. That kingdom of heaven within. The oneness of us with the Father, with God, all of us. Francis in his book uses some very traditional Christian language. We are all the children of God. And his interpretation of that, of course, is more radical than that of the traditional Christian understanding. And I said there was a second one. The second one would be, if he were in a body, would he be a non-dual teacher? Well, depends on what you mean by a non-dual teacher, I guess. For sure he would be one, and I think that's something that came out quite clearly in the conversation with Gina. He would be one who would talk about love, who would talk about the heart path, and who would live it in a very obvious way too. So that's an interesting outcome for me, to have that clarity about there being something missing in a lot of non-dual teachings, and that something being to do with the heart. What is the place of the heart in this? What is the place of love? And clearly that was so central to Jesus' teaching. And I started off this morning by sharing this experience I had of Jesus, ongoing experience of Jesus keeping on showing me his heart, revealing his heart, the quality of his heart, the openness, and the openness of it, and the quality of everything being included, nothing being excluded. And that's something that he clearly lived by not excluding the tax collectors and the prostitutes and whatever pariahs were there in that society at that time. None of them were excluded from speaking to him, from being with him, from sharing a meal with him, from being healed. And that is, that is how radical love is. That is how radical the heart is. That is so open. That is so drenched in this quality of love of all there is, that it cannot exclude anything or anybody. So yeah, I would say that's something that I see much more clearly now at the end of this retreat day than I saw at the beginning. At the beginning, I was just open to exploring this question, exploring this theme. And that's what came out of it for me. So I'd like to ask you what came out of it for you. Would you like to share this? If so, please do either on the YouTube comment page, or you can also come onto the retreat if you wish. It's your space. So I'm going to just look at the YouTube comments, see whether there's whether anybody's posted anything. No comment there so far. Maybe I should give you a little bit of time to post a comment if you so wish. Joanne. Yes, hi Joanne. She says, this was such an amazing time with you, Grace. I was brought to tears a few times with some of the words that were told. Thank you. You know, if there's one thing that I learned about the heart is that the truth that is felt by the heart, it often expresses in tears that are shed. And the heart opening, you know, often happens through tears that come spontaneously and that just are in that recognition of truth. It's a particular quality that the heart has. It's the, I don't know how to call this. it's the tearful truth quality. It's the tears of truth quality that somehow the recognition often comes with tears. But they're not sad tears. They're just tears of being moved deeply and being touched deeply and knowing the truth deeply of what was spoken. So thank you for saying that, Joanne. That's it's very sweet of you. Yeah. And there's Ludovic also, who says the only way for God to make us just as happy as He is was by taking on our experience now, that we might realize He is aware of this as we now. Yes. You know, I mean, it's said in the Eastern and the Western tradition that there's just this profound mystery of how the divine somehow needs to experience itself and come to see itself through all of us, through the recognition of this divine in all of us. And realizing that we are God, we are that divinity, realizing itself, coming to know itself through us, coming home through us. You know, there's always this question, well, why does God need to know himself or herself at all? And yet, that's what's happening. You know, there's obviously a joy in seeing that recognition happen everywhere. A joy, a deep fulfillment, I imagine. Yeah. So that's also quite profound. And Joanne says, and I've been crying like this a lot lately, and I'm so grateful for that. Yes, actually, it is something to be very grateful for, because this is how the heart opens. And you know, that heart opening, it's the most beautiful thing. I mean, it's wonderful when there is a recognition of truth in the mind. It's exhilarating, you know, it can be just so perfect, so fascinating, so interesting, so amazing. And when truth is recognized in the heart just keeps opening, keeps opening, keeps opening. And eventually the two will meet, you know, eventually the two coincide. I remember reading something by Mother Mira, who was asked about the two paths. You know, it's a traditional understanding in the Eastern teachings, the Asian teachings, the Hindu tradition, that there are two paths. There's the path of Jnani, which is or Dhyani, which is the path of knowing, and there's the path of devotion, the path of the heart, the path of love. And she says, for the Dhyani, who's the one who has the path of knowing, the knowing comes first and the love comes later. And for the devotee, the bhakta, the love comes first and the knowing comes with time. So in the end, there's always both. You know, there's the open heart and the enlightened heart, and there's also the awakened mind. And the paths may be different, but in the end, the two qualities come together, they merge in the enlightened heart, or the heartful mind. Yeah. So thank you for bringing this forward, Joanne. It's beautiful to realize that both paths can lead to the same place. And Joanne says she was just with Mother Mira last week. Yes, she was visiting Quebec as part of her Canadian tour. So you had that blessing by her also. And Ludovic says, being infinite love, God is also infinitely happy. But his love being charity, he wanted to share his perfect joy with others. So he decided to make himself experience being us, that we have his joy. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. Yes, so that we may come to be in this joy, because for sure, you know, human life isn't easy. I mean, life on this planet Earth isn't easy. So the path to joy, the path to peace is it's a path, you know. It's not an obvious thing. It doesn't come by itself. And most beings struggle more than that they're happy. But it's almost like we're put into this condition of struggling, of suffering, so that we have a reason, we have a motor, we have an incentive, a drive to look for happiness. And in looking for that happiness, we come to realize our true nature. And if you look into your own life, for sure it's not bliss that made you look for God. It's usually suffering that motivated that search. Pain, discomfort, lack of peace, lack of joy, lack of freedom, lack of love. Yeah. Hmm. So it looks like we're coming to an end. I shared with you what my insights were. You've shared yours. And I think the conversations speak for themselves. I hope you enjoyed them. And so I wish you well. I wish you that peace that is beyond understanding. May you find that. May you rest in that. And may you be well. Thank you for being on this retreat. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for being part of this inquiry, part of this adventure. And yeah, I just wish you all the best. Oh, I just see there's another comment by Ludovic. The only way to give us the happy certainty that the love of our true being is completely altruistic was by giving our life for somebody else. We are that. Is that someone else? Yes. We're all giving to each other. Actually, that's how love expresses. It's happy to give. It's happy to be there for others. And so we are there for each other. So many blessings to you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for watching. And until next time, bye-bye.